Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Dave and today's short video is going to be a quick one. It's just a bit of a shout out to my friends who have a fellow YouTube channel called French Farmhouse Diaries, Budo and Tracy. They're over in Normandy in France, and I was watching their video premiere this morning about an hour and a half ago, and they were talking about one of the things they're doing is to put in some rows of lavender, and we were communicating about lavender, and I told them that we've got lavender in here, so I thought I would show you very quickly this morning my lavender field. So bonjour, Budo et Tracy, bienvenue mon champ de lavande grosso. I think that's right. My French is pretty bad. I used to live actually in France for a little while, just in a village north of Toulouse in my 20s, but that was 40 years ago, so apologies if that is wrong. But I thought just today we are just going to have a quick Christmas update on the lavender field. And in Australia here, the lavender comes out just before Christmas, which is pretty cool. So to give a bit of a guide as what we're looking at here, I've actually got 3 rows of lavender in here. These 2 rows I put in initially were a traditional English lavender, and the 3rd row here is the intermedia or the hybrid version, which is the Grosso variety. And then only 3 months ago we put in another 3 rows of the Grosso over here. And I got to say that I'm pretty impressed with this Grosso plant. It's always healthy and it's bushed up quite nicely. This particular plants here in this row have been in for about 18 months now. The English lavender started off okay, but it tends to come into flower quite a bit behind the intermedia variety. And we've got a bit of a problem this year. I do have some blooms on the English lavender, and you can see there that they're a much lighter, paler, violet sort of colour than the intermedia or the Grosso, that are a slightly darker colour, and they have much longer stems, so they're used for a couple of different purposes. But the English lavender was going okay, and normally every spring we just I hear the kookaburras in the distance there. Usually in the spring we give it a mild solution of sea salt solution, which is a broken down seaweed solution. We put that into a liquid form, and we usually put that on as a liquid fertilizer. But this year we were putting some dynamic lifter pellets on our red robin Photinia plants around the perimeter of the property, and we thought, oh well, we'll just chuck some on the lavender. But it's actually killed some of it. As you can see, this plant here was quite a good sized plant, but it's actually dead around here with a little piece still growing there. And I think that's because we actually put the pellets onto the plant itself, and I just don't think they like that. Although the dynamic lifter is only a very mild sort of fertilizer, I think it was just a bit too much to have those pellets sitting on the roots, and that's only happened to some of the plants. Some of the others are okay, like you get a couple of good ones, and then all of a sudden we've got a dead one here now. So we'll have to fix those up. I'm propagating some new lavender, and we'll replace those out in the next probably 6 months or so before we get back into winter. So these are the Grosso plants, Budo and Tracy. Very nice. Last year at exactly the same time before Christmas, I made a similar video about our lavender that had come out, and for people that remember that video, the plants were very small and we only got a couple of stalks with blooms on them. But this year it's a lot more have come out this year than last year. It's been a really weird season. It's been super wet in winter, and the last couple of months have been super hot. So, but these ones look quite nice. I'm quite happy with those. They're going along quite well. I've got lots of, I'll probably pick these maybe today and make a nice sort of display or something for Christmas. And the smaller ones, these ones have been in for 3 months, and I'll just take this plastic off. These were put in I think September from memory. I'll have to go back and look at the video. And they were put in just as 50mm 2-inch tube stock, very small plants, and they've actually grown up quite well, and they've actually developed blooms on them, which I should get rid of now. So I'm going to branch these, which means cutting them back off here somewhere and that'll make the bush come out in more of a shape and grow it. So I thought I'd just leave those blooms on there, and I might cut a few of them, but they'll have to be cut back in the next couple of weeks. I've got those, and I'll take these tree guards off completely, because these are big enough now that I can take these off and take those stakes out, and they'll be fine. They won't have any rabbits or anything, won't worry them. But they're going really well. I'm super happy with those. For a plant that's only sort of 3 months old, there's lots of colour and they're very healthy. So I like the Grosso plants. I think I like them a bit more than a traditional English lavender. They seem to grow quicker. They're certainly a bigger plant. They don't seem to get knocked around with the heat or the water as much. They just seem to sort of keep growing and doing what they do. So I'm quite happy to probably put some more of these in. So our plan long term is to grow this commercially and then do on-farm processing of the lavender and make a whole heap of different products and stuff about it. And we're contemplating buying a little still and distilling lavender oil as well. So that's my lavender crop. Shout out to Budo and Tracy. Hope you guys have a good Christmas, and we'll see you next year. Thanks for watching.